Dear students, today we will summarize the first short story of our textbook, The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. The story has three characters in it: Madame Loisel or Matilda, the second character is her husband, Mr. Loisel, and the third character is her childhood friend, Madame Forster. The writer of the story is Guy de Maupassant, who was born in France in 1850. He is believed to be the father of French short story genre. He has written almost 300 short stories in his lifetime. Notable among them are Boule de Suif, The Necklace, A Piece of String, Found on a Drowned Man, and The Wreck. His writings are known for his satirical portrayal of upper-class French society, unexpected plot twists, moral lessons, and pessimism. The Necklace short story was first published in French newspaper Le Gaulliste in 1884. In the present story, the writer tries to portray the desire of Madame Loisel to belong to the French aristocracy family. This desire leads to a tragedy when she had borrowed a necklace from her childhood friend is lost by her. Let's now come to the summary of the short story. Matilda, or Madame Loisel, was a pretty young lady. Though born to a family of clerks, she believed herself entitled to a life of luxury. Knowing she had no chance of bettering her situation, Madame Loisel married a clerk in the office of the Board of Education. She was unhappy with her apartment with its worn-down walls and chairs. While her husband enjoyed the simple comforts of a pot pie, Madame Loisel dreamed of exquisitely prepared dinners and shining silver dishes. One day her husband came home delighted. He handed an envelope to Madame Loisel. The envelope contained an invitation to a ball hosted by the Minister of Public Instruction. Instead of being delighted, Madame Loisel was upset. "What do you suppose I want with that?" Her husband, surprised, remarked that it should make her happy since it was a rare honor. Madame Loisel in turn informed her husband that she had no suitable dress for the occasion. She asked him to give the invitation to someone better outfitted for it than her. Her husband consolingly asks her to buy a new dress. Though he has been saving money for a new gun, he gives that amount to his wife to buy a new dress. As the day of the ball approached, Mr. Loisel noticed that his wife was upset even though her dress was ready. Upon asking, she replied that she had no jewel to wear with her dress. Her husband told Matilda to ask her friend, Madame Forster, to lend one of her jewels to her. So Madame Loisel visited Madame Forster the next day to ask for a jewel. Madame Forster graciously opened her jewel box and asked her to choose. Matilda tried a few jewels but was not happy with either of them. So Madame Forster produced another case of jewels for Matilda to try out. Suddenly, Matilda noticed a beautiful diamond necklace in a black satin box. Matilda was entranced by the diamond necklace. Hesitatingly, she asked Madame Forster whether she could borrow the necklace. Madame Forster agreed, and Matilda went home with the necklace happily. At the ball, Matilda was a huge success. She was the most elegant and prettiest of all the ladies and enjoyed the attention and admiration of men. She danced and enjoyed herself till early in the morning. At 4 o'clock, the Loisels left the minister's residence. Not wanting the other rich ladies to see her shabby coat, Matilda hurried down the steps despite her husband's protests. They had to walk for a while before they found a carriage which would take them home. Once home, Matilda removed her coat to admire herself one last time. However, once she did so, she realized that the necklace was missing. Mr. Loisel, though tired, went out in the cold night to look for the necklace, but could not find it. The next day he put an ad in the paper and asked Matilda to write to Ma'am Forrester, seeing she had broken a glass. Mr. Loisel then realized that their only option was to replace the necklace. They found a similar necklace in a shop which they could buy for 36,000 francs. Mr. Loisel used all his savings and borrowed the rest of the money to buy the necklace. Ma'am Loisel then returned the necklace to Ma'am Forrester. The Loisels now were in debt. They had to change homes, and Matilda learned kitchen work to help her husband repay their debt. Her husband worked days and nights, taking on any work to repay the money. All this work took a toll on Ma'am Loisel. She lost her good looks, she had red hands, and spoke in a loud tone. She no longer had time for daydreaming, but sometimes she would sit and remember the night of the ball. One day, while taking a walk, she saw Ma'am Forrester with her child. She decided to approach Ma'am Forrester. Ma'am Forrester was surprised by Matilda's appearance. Matilda then told her the story of the necklace and how it changed her life. On hearing this, Ma'am Forrester exclaimed that her necklace was not even worth 500 francs. Oh, Matilda, they were false diamonds and not worth over 500 francs.